hip, I really dig those styles they wear. And the southern girls with the way they talk, they knock me out when I'm down there. The Midwest farmer's daughters really make you feel alright.
Hi, my name is Julie Carruthers, and first I'd like to thank Robbie Glebson of Premier Oncology Foundation for inviting me to be one of the storytellers tonight. I'm so honored, but I must say, when she sent out a good luck tonight email to all of the storytellers with the tagline, "Break a leg," I had to tell her, no way, sister. Ain't gonna happen. But all kidding aside, I am glad to be here and share my story with you. I was diagnosed in 1998 with chondrosarcoma. Chondrosarcoma is a very rare form of bone cancer. My symptoms started as a radiating pain going down my right leg, and then it progressed over time to feel like an extreme pain where I felt like I was being split in two. I was misdiagnosed for over 2 years. My various doctors and specialists told me I had everything from sciatica to acute arthritis and everything in between. And not one of them ever offered up a scan, an MRI, or even a simple X-ray. It took my falling down and fracturing my pelvis to finally get the proper test to get my diagnosis. So here's a small glimpse of my cancer journey and who I was before, what happened during, and how I rebuilt my life after. Before my cancer diagnosis, I was a very physically active person. I was in professional ballet school from 7 to 18. Little did my mom know that she'd be paying all those lessons for strengthen this leg. In my 20s, I got into snow skiing and got up to the double black diamond level. And for those of you that aren't snow skiers, that's really, really steep. I was a print model, specializing in all things shoes. And I graduated from UCLA's School of Theater, Film, and Television and landed some television parts and commercials, including a jeans commercial, and I even did my own stunts. My job, in 1985, I decided to leave that career path in entertainment and join forces with two attorneys that were opening a little 70-seat restaurant in Beverly Hills called the California Pizza Kitchen. And I was their first employee, and I moved my way up through the management and executive ranks and helped them grow it into an international chain. My job required a lot of hours, a lot of travel, and a lot of mobility. So the idea at 36 of losing my leg was unfathomable. I begged my doctors to spare my leg, please save it. And I went through several limb salvage surgeries, and they tried, but the cancer just kept coming back at higher stages. And finally, by my fourth recurrence, they said, it's getting too dangerous. It's time that we perform a hemipelvectomy procedure. A hemipelvectomy is the amputation of the entire leg, pelvis, and hip, which is why it's very difficult for me to wear a prosthesis. They really don't make wearable prosthetics for hemipelvectomies. I asked the doctors if I didn't go through with it, how long I would have, and they said maybe 6 months. This was devastating. I was literally making a life or limb decision, and I chose life. So on the morning of April 10th, 2001, I walked into the hospital at UCLA terrified, and after that, had excruciating months of physical rehabilitation and recovery. But within 8 weeks, I returned to work. It probably wasn't the right thing to do. It was probably too early, but I loved my job and I needed to get back to something that I loved. People told me how strong and courageous and brave I was, and that was encouraging. But the truth be told, inside, I felt weak and a loss of confidence and ashamed of my appearance. I felt people were treating me differently. My boyfriend left me, rat bastard. Not my boyfriend here with me now. And I was feeling pretty angry inside, asking why me? Who's gonna want me now looking like this? I feel so disfigured. I had to move out of my beautiful 3-story townhouse because I took too many face plants downstairs. And I just felt like my life was being ripped out from under me. It was just spinning out of control. Finally, and thankfully, I got really tired of the pity party going on inside of my head all by myself. I mean, I was given the opportunity to live. I willingly walked into the hospital and had a quarter of my body removed so I could stay alive. And here I was alive, but I wasn't really living. So I reached out for help, and I found some amazing mentors who had already gone through what I went through. And I reached out to my family and my friends, and I did a lot of deep soul searching. And I found my way back to a place of optimism and gratitude. I knew I had to learn a whole new way of doing things with this body. I knew I had to be strong to deal with the physical differences, so I got back to the gym, and I worked on my core strength and how to balance on my one leg. 50 squats on a Baza ball is not easy on one leg. I started snow skiing again, a little differently than before. It's called free trekking. After many years of working at it, I finally worked my way back up to the dark blue intermediate runs. I doubt I'll ever ride those double black diamonds again because I love this baby too much to take a risk. But there is nothing like the thrill of going down that mountain and feeling the wind whipping through your face and hair. So when the winter sports season was over, I had to find some adaptive spring and summer sports. I felt so alive again. So I researched and I found a nonprofit group called Amp Surf. I didn't think I could surf on one leg, but I called up the founder, Dana Cummings, and he said, no, I think you can. And who was I to say no if he believed in me? So he invited me up to the next surf camp, and by the second hour of the first day of the surf camp, I took a wave in on one leg, hang 5. The old surfer dudes say that I am stoked because I'm going on 3 years now, and I may never take the big gnarly waves in, but I still feel the rush of the waves and the healing power of the ocean, and the water has really been a great equalizer for me. And thank you, honey, for taking me to Maui so I could surf in Hawaii. Another part of my healing process was helping other people. Just as I had been helped, I wanted to give back, so I became a certified peer counselor with the Amputee Coalition of America to help people who were facing the same kinds of surgeries and cancers, as well as help their families cope and support their loved one. I've advocated for the rights of people with disabilities all the way to Washington. I've raised funds for charitable groups to help people that could otherwise not afford prosthetics get them. And I've made wonderful new friends, people that I probably never would have met had I not had this cancer journey. So as much as cancer took away from me, it also gives back. You just have to search for the blessings. And I found them, even in the silliest things. Like, for instance, did you know I get half off my pedicures now? So thank you for being here tonight and your continued support